This video explains your commercial specification sheet. I will explain how to lay the sheet out and also explain what a commercial specification is. So first of all, there are some examples on screen of similar layouts for this sheet. In the first third you have your specification that we did at the end of the research section. Now, providing your specification is detailed enough, you can go ahead and paste your original specification into that third of the sheet and you don't need to change it. The second column is the commercial specification. Now, to explain that, we're going to head over to the PowerPoint. The section on printing lithography we will come to very soon, but first a PowerPoint to explain commercial specification. At the beginning of this project you created a specification. This talked about how your product was going to be. However, this was detailing how your product was made in school. A commercial specification details how a product would be manufactured in industry. If you were to make your product in industry, what difference would the aesthetics be? For example, you might want to apply a finish such as hot foil, spot varnish, embossing, or a laminate. However, this might come at an extra cost. If made in industry, the cost of your product may be cheaper as you could buy materials in bulk. However, it might be that if made in industry, you would choose a different material to what you have in school. Also, the environmental impact of your product could change. For example, if mass produced, your product is likely to have a bigger carbon footprint due to transportation and manufacture. Therefore, you might want to consider how your products could be more sustainable using the 6 R's. The size of your product could be much bigger now that you're no longer restricted by the size of the printer in school. In industry, there are wide format printers that allow you to go all the way up to A0 in paper or card. It might be that to manufacture your product, you don't use this type of printing. The most common type of printing in industry is offset lithography. This uses 4 printing plates to print the colours cyan, yellow, magenta and cyan, or black as it's known. This is a cheap and fast way of printing, cheaper than the more expensive, more high quality gravure. You will also have to consider how your product will be cut. It might be that you use a die cutter to cut and crease your net. These can cut and crease at the same time and come in all different shapes and sizes. It might be that you need to cut more than one net at a time to save time and save cost. At this point then, it's time to write your commercial specification. So you pasted in your original specification. This one is based on what we've just gone through in the PowerPoint, but don't just use that. Use information from your research, which is the table that we did on industrial processes and school processes. You can also use textbooks and examples in class. Just ask if you've got any problems, and good luck. Pause the video and come back once you've written it and we'll go through the settings for this section here. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to complete the third and final column. It consists of 4 different colour images that represent each of the plates used in lithography. We also need a full colour representation in there. So for this you'll need to go to a graphic. You could use the nets on your working drawing. You will need a print screen of the full colour image that should be pasted in and cropped. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there for cropping while we go back. So to get the 4 colour separations, what we do is we go to the print settings. I'm not actually going to print, I'm just going to use the settings to do this. we need to check that you have a colour printer selected, because that will enable us to tick this box here which says print separations on the colour tab, and in the next tab where it says separations, print separations in colour. Just double check that you have the 4 different colours selected and then go to print preview. So your print preview will give you 4 different pages that you can then screenshot and paste in to your commercial specification page and crop. So I will screenshot that one for cyan, I'll screenshot that one for magenta, screenshot that one and label it yellow, and screenshot that one and label it cyan or black. So when I say screenshot, I mean using the print screen button on your keyboard to take a photograph of the screen, and then you have to close down the preview and you have to paste each screenshot into your page. Now that is a bit frustrating that you have to keep going to the print preview, going to the different colours and printing each one, but the good news is you don't have to keep changing the print settings that I showed you. The print settings should stay the same, so you just need to keep going back one at a time and print screening each of those different colours until you have them all. So I'm going to skip forward, don't tune out just yet, because at the bottom of this we need to discuss quality assurance. So there are some standard, industry standard marks that are used to check that the printing that goes on in lithography is good quality. So I'm just going to skip those 2 colour prints and I'm going to show you what I am talking about. Okay, so here are those print quality assurance marks. You might recognise some of them. Industry standard marks to check 1, that the colours are printing correctly in these colours here, to check the colour density. 2, the trim marks, that's those 2 dashes here, because the process may not be able to go right up to the edge of the page, so therefore it needs to be trim or cut on those marks. And finally the registration mark, each of the CMYK plates will print this cross, so if there is only one cross, it shows that the plates are aligned correctly and are printing in line with each other. If there is more than one cross there, it means that somewhere the print plates are unaligned and need to be adjusted. So those are the 3 quality checking